Hey, what's up guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the channel if you're new and welcome back if you're not. Today we have Blackwings for YUGIOH's Edison format. Before we get into the profile, if you guys like Goat, Edison, Tengu Plant, Hat format, perhaps some of those more niche formats, we got it all here, so stick around for more. Subscribe, like the video, it's all free of charge. Alright, so we have Blackwings. I think this deck is a pretty good starting point for anybody in the format. It's very easy to learn and very powerful. Also, this list is going to be a good starting point because it's very solid. It's going to be a lot of the standard ratios. If this is your first time getting introduced to the deck, or if you're just looking for a solid version because you've deviated so far away from it over time, this can get you recentered back to something that's going to be consistent and work. So we have a 40 card main deck and a 15 card extra deck. We do have a side deck, but I'm not going to bother showing it. Just because it varies based off your own locals or whatever the big format is at the time, so I don't want to throw you guys off. All right, next up we have first up we have 3 Sirocco. Let me get the monsters on the board first. We have 3 Shura, 3 Bora, 3 Kalut, 3 Blizzard, 2 Value, 1 Gale, and 1 Dad. And this is going to be your, I believe it's 19 monsters. Yeah, 19 monsters. These are 19 monster lineup. This is going to be pretty solid. Some people play Dark Greffers. If you're going to play Dark Greffer, I'd probably play that 3rd Value. You could even play like 1 Greffer with 2 Value. But if you're going to play 2 Greffer, I'd play 3 Value. Kind of play it as like a mixture, a hybrid of like Value Turbo and Blackwings in one. But yeah, let's go over the monsters real quick. So you got 3 Sirocco. Sirocco is going to allow you to normal summon it out if your opponent controls a monster and you do not. So he's a level 5. It requires 1 tribute otherwise. He's a 2000 beater. He is going to be your main starter for Value to get going in the graveyard. So you have to play him. He's just huge, so you have to play him. And he's one of the best ones. One thing important to mention about him is that if you're playing the Mirror and Blackwings, or if you're playing Value Turbo, or any scenario where you're going to have Blackwings on your opponent's side of the field as well, his effect, which says that once per turn you target 1 Blackwing on the field, so himself included, and it'll gain attack equal to all Blackwings in the field, but your other monsters cannot attack that turn. It applies to the opponent's monsters as well. So let's say your opponent has a board of like 5 Blackwings, and you just slap this bad boy out there, he can gain attack equivalent to all the opponent's monsters. So that's something good to remember. All right, next up we have 3 Shura, the Blue Flame. Shura says that if it destroys the opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you could special summon 1 monster from your deck with 1500 less attack. Obviously it has to be a Blackwing monster. It's important to point out at this point in time that Blizzard's first line says cannot be special summoned, so you cannot summon Blizzard by that effect. But yeah, 1800 beater has that effect pretty good. It's really nice when they attack into you and you have a clue in hand. But we'll get into that in a second. Next up, we have 3 Bora. Bora is going to be able to help you swarm the field. It says that if you control a Blackwing monster other than Bora, you could special summon it out from your hand. And then also if it attacks defense position monster, you get to do piercing. So sometimes if I know they have a Raikou, I'll Sirocco boost my Bora and just freaking annihilate their Raikou. And do a bunch of piercing and then let them pop one of my monsters. Next up we have Kalut. Kalut is not unlimited or semi-limited in this format, which is different than Tengu, so it's really good. It says during either player's damage step, when a Blackwing monster you control is attacking or being attacked, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. That monster gains 1400 attack until the end phase. So it's not as good as Honest, but it's really good, and it's unlimited, so that's really good. It's also searchable by Whirlwind, summonable off of Shura, so it's really good. Blizzard's going to be one of our best normal summons in the deck, if not the best normal summon. It says, cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 4 lower Blackwing monster in your graveyard, summon it in defense. So that's going to get you a level 6 or a level 5, or bring out a Gale and use that monster's effect. But you can't, obviously they're both tuners, you can't summon off that. But yeah, that's it. Nothing more to say about that. Value is going to play around Oppression. It says that when it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and another Blackwing monster to summon a Blackwing from your extra deck. whose levels are equivalent to them combined. So basically just synchro summons from the graveyard by banishing it. So as I said, level 1 and then level 5 equals level 6, which is the lowest level synchro we have. And then once this gets in the graveyard, you could do another one and go level 7. So it helps you synchro climb. Yeah, we're only playing 2 because it's pure Blackwings. 3 is played in Value Turbo or those hybrid Blackwing value decks. Next up, we have 1 Gale. We would max the hell out on this if we could. It'd be crazy, but it's limited to once. You can't play more than that. If you control a Blackwing monster other than Gale, you could special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you could target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That target's attack and defense being half of its current attack and defense. That's not till the end phase, that's just permanent. So that's really good. One thing to note, if this card has Tragodia, Tragodia will go to half of its current attack and defense, and then once they draw for turn, that will not alter. That it won't be reset. Whatever Gale set it to will be permanent. So that's something I found out recently, so I just want to share that, pass it along. And then finally, we have the 1 Dark Arm Dragon. Crazy card in the format, limited to 1. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by having exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard. And cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can banish 1 dark monster from your graveyard, target 1 card on the field, destroy that target. That is it for the monsters. Again, if you guys have any changes, let me know down below. Let's get on these spells and traps. I spent a lot of time explaining those, but hopefully that helps out somebody who's new to the deck. Or maybe I point out some things that maybe somebody didn't know before or didn't think about. Alright, to start off with, we have the one-ofs. We have the 1 Allure of Darkness. Very free in a dark deck. Draw 2 cards, then banish 1 dark in your hand. We have the 1 First Edition Ultimate Rare Brain Control. It's a synchro deck, so that's going to allow us to take opponents' monsters, which is very nice. Mind Control. Again, synchro deck, so very free for us. We're playing the 1 Heavy Storm and the 1 MST. Allow our plays to go through, just feel safe about them. We're playing the semi-limited Black Whirlwind. Can't play more than 2. It says when a Blackwing monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can add a Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand with less attack than that monster. So that's going to allow us to just keep getting advantage. Also allows us to chain block with Blizzard. Next up, we have the traps. We have 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Call of the Haunted, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Trap Dust Shoot. We're playing 2 Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 Dimensional Prison, 3 Icarus Attack, and 2 Legacy Yatagarasu. The only one I'll say is Icarus Attack. It says tribute 1 Wing Beast monster, destroy 2 cards on the field. So if you happen to draw those values, you could set them face down. That's the one thing I will say is that tribute a Wing Beast monster, it can be a face down monster as well, which is important to remember. So again, it helps you get those values to the graveyard just by T-setting or whatever. And yeah, that's it, guys. Everything else is super generic. So if you guys have any changes that you would make, let me know down below. And then let's get into the extra deck before we close out. Okay, 15 cards. It is a synchro deck, so we're able to play the best synchros in the format, along with the Blackwing engine. So we got the Blackwing Armings, we're only playing 2. We're playing the 2 Armor Masters, and we're playing the 1 Silverwind the Ascendant. This is super standard for not only Blackwing, but also Value Turbo, to have the 2-2-1 ratio. We got our 6s, our 7s, and our 8. It's going to allow us to synchro climb with the value. Armor Master is an absolute problem against most decks, so if you can summon that just organically without value, that's crazy. We have some generic level 5s. We have Catastor and Android. Some generic 6s. We got Brio and YUGIOH. The best generic level 7, we got the 1 Black Rose. We're playing a deck-specific Dark End Dragon, because we played all the Darks. And then we're playing some generic 8s. We're playing Stardust Dragon, Colossal Fighter, and Thought Ruler. And then because we can make this guy like nobody's business, we're playing the 1 Mistworm. You can cut that for Chimera Tech. I have Chimera Tech with the Cyber Dragons in the side deck. But I could see the value, but if you're not playing machines, it could be dead and this could come up. So I've kind of had to make that decision for myself. You guys will have to make the same decision. If you're not playing machines at all, and you decide to play Chimera Tech in the main, you can side this out after game 1, but yeah, that's just what I've decided to do. If you guys have any changes that you would make, let me know down below. Again, if you like Go Edison Tengu hat format, we got it all here, so stick around for more. Peace out.